Welcome. In today's meditation, we'll be focusing on tapping into your intuition. We all have intuition, though sometimes it may seem like we don't have access to it. Sometimes what gets in the way of actually hearing our intuition is our attachment to an outcome. Sometimes it's easier than others to be neutral about a subject. Finding a way to get to that neutrality can be the most challenging part, actually. Creating or finding a mantra to help bring us closer to that neutral zone can be helpful. Sometimes a mantra such as, "What is truly meant for me can never pass me by," or "My inner being or my higher self will always steer me towards the outcome that is for the greatest good of all." Or, "Though my human self may be pulled towards a certain direction on this subject, I will be open to hear the guidance from my source." Another thing to understand when tapping into our intuition is that we often confuse angst or fear with intuition. A way to distinguish these things is that with angst or fear, there's an emotional response that comes up. Sometimes we even feel it physically. Our thoughts might spin or come in very quickly. And conversely, with intuition, there will be no emotion tied to it. The intuitive message comes in very clear, even if it's subtle, and very matter of fact. And there's usually only one message. Sometimes there might be emotion that comes up after the initial message, but the message itself doesn't contain emotion. Think of those times when you've been driving home or are at a grocery store and you find yourself saying, "Out of the blue, something just told me to turn down the street," or "Something just really called me to go down that aisle." You may also get a subtle thought that an event that's coming up will just not happen, or there will be some sort of diversion to it. Those are intuitive hits. Again, there's not emotion with it, and sometimes it doesn't even make logical sense, but there's a deep knowing in our bones to follow the guidance or to receive the message. And this happens for all things in life, big and small. And perhaps ironically, we tend to hear our intuition much more clearly when we're not feeling like we need it or are intentionally trying to connect with it for an answer or for guidance. However, we can learn to develop a stronger connection to our intuition with practice. That way we can call upon it intentionally whenever we do really need it or are wanting to make a decision in life. So with that, let's begin. So go ahead and find a comfortable seat, either sitting or lying down. And if you feel comfortable, I invite you to gently close your eyes. And first, take a few moments here just to check in with yourself. Notice your breath. No need to do anything to change it at this time unless you're feeling the need to. And just start to notice the ease of your inhales and the release space with your exhales. And now let's shift our attention to our thoughts. And notice anything that may be coming up, especially any thoughts that are feeling anxious or doubtful. And we'll just welcome them into this space. Those types of thoughts are protective, even when it may not seem like it. And if we welcome them and make peace with them, perhaps we can ask them if they would be willing to step aside or turn their volume down for just a little bit here as we begin to focus on connecting with our inner guidance. There's no right or wrong way to tap into intuition. It's a practice, and like any other practice, just takes some time and energy and consistency. So let's do a body scan now, starting at your head. And as you make your way from your head down, notice any tension, any discomfort you might be feeling, and breathe into that space, allowing the tension or discomfort to melt away and out of your body and flow down into the earth where it can be transmuted. Go ahead and find a mantra to use that will help maintain more of a neutral space. Perhaps something having to do with trust and truly being open. The examples from earlier are, what is truly meant for me can never pass me by. Being or my higher self will always steer me towards the outcome that is for the greatest good of all. Or, though my human self may be pulled towards a certain direction on this subject, I will be open to hear the guidance from my source. When you have a mantra that feels good for this meditation, go ahead and shift your attention to your third eye chakra, the space right between your eyes just above your brow line. And imagine there is a beautiful window in this space that's currently covered by curtains. Just take a moment here to gently pull back the curtains to either side of the window. Now, as you look outside of the window, you notice a beautiful grassy vista that goes as far as your eye can see. The sun is shining down and there's a gentle breeze swaying the grass as it passes over. You see patches of wildflowers scattered around the vista. You notice all of their beautiful colors. Imagining their sweet scent being carried through the air with a breeze. And as you continue to look out this beautiful window, go ahead and take a deep breath in and a cleansing breath out. And with your next inhale, go ahead and repeat your mantra. And as you exhale, feel the mantra becoming even more true for you. And one more time, inhale in, repeating your mantra. And exhale, feeling the mantra integrating more into your experience. And as you continue to allow your eye to fall on any patch of wildflowers, go ahead and bring your attention to anything you might be needing intuitive guidance about. And you can ask for a clear message. And just notice the first thing that comes up. And try to accept it as it is, whatever it is. All messages are welcome here. And you may not receive a message this time, and that's okay too. We're just practicing being in this space. And just notice whatever might come up. It might not even make much sense at the moment, but just take note of it. Continuing to breathe in and out, leaning into the subject you're wanting guidance with each inhale, and relaxing a bit more with each exhale. And just notice what happens. Notice if you see a path that forms. Notice if you see a timeline, or a month, or a number, or a word. Notice if there are any colors that you see, or symbols. Are there any names that come up, or letters? Anything that our intuition shows us is helpful, and we want to indicate our gratitude for these messages in whatever way feels best. We can also indicate our openness to receive intuitive guidance at any time, and especially when we're most open to it. Once again, bring your attention back to the vista and take one more cleansing, clearing breath in. And as as you exhale, take a small step back from this beautiful window in front of you and gently pull the curtains closed again. You can revisit the space anytime to ask for intuitive guidance. And when you're ready, gently start to bring your attention back to your physical body. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes, continuing to breathe in and out. And if it feels right, you can take one hand and place it on your heart, one hand on your belly. And to close our practice, we'll take 3 collective breaths together. Inhale in, and exhale. Inhale in, and exhale. One more time. Inhale in, and exhale. And when you feel ready, gently blink your eyes back open. And you can reorient yourself to the space you're in by allowing your eye to fall on the first object that you see and just observe it. And as you go about your day or night, just notice any other intuitive pings that come up for you on any subject in life. Again, they come in just matter of fact, often subtle and clear. And when those messages do come in, go ahead and express your gratitude and ask for more clear messages to come in when the time is right. Be well.